Welcome and thank you very much for being here. IELTS Speaking Challenge-ലെ രണ്ടാം ദിവസത്തിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. I hope you must have watched video number 1. If you haven't, I request you to go and watch it. Only then this video will make sense. So, in this video, I have included 6 things. Most importantly, there are 2 real-life practicals. നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാലോ ടെക്നോളജിയിൽ നിന്ന് ഒരുപാട് ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കാറുണ്ട് റീസെൻ്റ്ലി. Then also about adventure. That I will give you practical examples. Then I will teach you about what is a concept of fluency, what are the misconceptions about fluency, how we Malayalis can improve fluency, and you will learn a lot. So I request you to stay till the end and learn it and enhance your fluency and do the work you want to or go to study the country you want to. That is the only thing I want to see from you. Before I start, I want to thank you personally for being here with me and learning from me. And if you don't know me, you're for the first time, let me introduce myself to you. I am Pradeep Hariharan. I'm the founder of Fluency Career Hub, and I'm a Cambridge trained IELTS trainer. And I help you and a lot of English students specifically to speak in English with fluency. I believe the ability to express in English is the most powerful gift we can have. Are you ready to start? Let's start. Before I start, we start with a personal or self-evaluation. Fluency എന്നത് കേൾക്കുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ മനസ്സിൽ വരുന്ന ഡയലോഗ് എന്താണ്? You have to answer yes or no. Is the first one, I can speak in full sentences without frequent pauses. Then you are almost fluent. I can express my ideas clearly without struggling for words. Then you are brilliant. I can maintain a steady flow of speech without constant hesitations. Then you are an excellent person. അപ്പോൾ IELTS നിങ്ങൾ എന്ത് ബാൻഡ് സ്കോറാണ് എയിം ചെയ്യുന്നത് എനിക്കറിയില്ല. അപ്പോൾ അതിനനുസരിച്ചിട്ടാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഈ ഫ്ലുവൻസി എപ്പോഴും നമ്മൾ ഡിഫൈൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ഇഫ് യു ആർ എയിമിംഗ് ഫോർ എൻ അക്കാഡമിക് ആൻഡ് 7 or 7 more than 7, you have to be very good in speaking English. If you're only aiming for 5.5 in general training, then you need not have to worry that much about. Still, you must know how to speak in English. അപ്പോൾ we start with what is the concept of fluency. നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സിൽ ഫ്ലുവൻസി എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ആദ്യം മനസ്സിലാക്കേണ്ടത് എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഫ്ലുവൻസി ഈസ് ദ എബിലിറ്റി ടു എക്സ്പ്രസ് ഓർ കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേറ്റ് ഐഡിയാസ് സ്മൂത്ത്ലി, ആക്യുറേറ്റ്ലി, എഫേർട്ട്ലെസ്ലി. അതായത് സ്മൂത്ത് ആയിരിക്കണം, ആക്യുറേറ്റ് ആയിരിക്കണം, then effortless ആയിരിക്കണം. That is, you must speak as if it's natural to you. You may have a lot of internal troubles, but you need not have to show it outside. That is the first tip I want to share. നമ്മുടെ ടെൻഷൻ നമുക്ക് മാത്രമേ അറിയുള്ളൂ. No one can understand how tensed you are unless you show off. So, stay silent, especially body. Don't use it unwantedly. If you use it unwantedly, people can understand. Then what are the misconceptions here? When it comes to fluency, we have 7 misconceptions. 7 തെറ്റിദ്ധാരണകളുണ്ട്. അതിൽ ആദ്യത്തേതെന്ന് പറയുന്നത് സ്പീഡ് ഈക്വൽസ് ഫ്ലുവൻസി. അതിൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ വിക്ടിം ഞാൻ തന്നെയാണ്. ആസ് എ ടീച്ചർ, I have always tried to speak fast. Unless and until recently, I attended a course from United States of America, Ultra Speaking, and they opened my minds, saying that fluency has nothing to do with the speed. You can be as slow as a person and fluent in English. I will show you later. Then, perfect pronunciation. We are always worried about how do we sound to others. The only thing you have to do is pronounce each and every sound correctly. നമുക്കൊരു ട്രെൻഡ് ഉണ്ട്. When it comes to the last words and sounds, we just trail off. That is where you have to show your power. So if you focus on words, strong expression, it will become what you may call that pronunciation is enough. Complex vocabulary is a must. Another thing, basically IELTS പഠിപ്പിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മളെ കുറേ വാക്കുകൾ പഠിപ്പിക്കും without context. Unfortunately, we try to remember all those. One thing I want to tell you is that in a speaking test, you cannot remember and recollect anything. You have to be natural. The moment you try to remember something, the examiner will be able to identify it. Fourth concept, again, the misconception is that you are not allowed to make any pauses. For example, if the examiner asks you a question, you can be silent for 10 to 15 seconds because examiner will understand that you're thinking. Are you getting my point? That means you need not have to suddenly answer the question. You can take a pause, think about it, then you need to answer. Then fluency is not about speaking, dear. Fluency is a concept that is equivalent in writing also. For example, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നോൺ സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ആയിട്ട് എഴുതാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ദാറ്റ് മീൻസ് യു ആർ ഫ്ലുവൻറ്റ് ഇൻ റൈറ്റിംഗ്. സ്പീക്കിംഗ് വരുമ്പോൾ ഇന്റേണൽ ബ്രേക്സ് ആണ് വരുന്നത്. ഇഫ് എ പേഴ്സൺ ഹു ക്യാൻ റൈറ്റ് ഫ്രീലി must able to speak freely. It's a common sense. Then native accent. This is another mistake that many people try to imitate. Mimic എന്ന് പറയും. That is not their real accent. They try to sound as if ഒരു അഭിനയം, മിമിക്രി അതിൻ്റെ ആവശ്യമില്ല. Then മെമ്മറൈസേഷൻ ഈക്വൽസ് ഫ്ലുവൻസി. ഇത് വളരെ ഒരു തെറ്റിദ്ധാരണയാണ്. ബിക്കോസ് നമ്മൾ ചെറിയ ക്ലാസ്സിലൊക്കെ പഠിക്കുമ്പോൾ we were asked to sometimes present a speech on an Independence Day, or we were asked to give a welcome speech or a vote of thanks. So what we do is we by heart മനപ്പാടം പഠിച്ച് പറയും. ബട്ട് മനപ്പാടം പഠിച്ച് പറയുന്ന എന്നുള്ളത് നമുക്ക് കേൾക്കുന്ന ആൾക്ക് അറിയാൻ പറ്റും. നമ്മൾ വിചാരിക്കും നമ്മൾ ഫ്ലുവൻ്റ് ആയിട്ട് സംസാരിച്ചു. സോ അവോയ്ഡ് ദീസ് മിസ്റ്റേക്സ്. Then now it's time for practice. These are the 6 principles you have to follow. The first thing is that dear, make a lot of mistakes. You heard me correct. Because if you want to learn anything, you have to make mistakes, dear. For example, ആദ്യമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ സൈക്കിൾ ഓടാൻ നോക്കിയപ്പോൾ we fell down. ആദ്യമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ചായ ഉണ്ടാക്കിയപ്പോൾ that was a horribility. When we first try to speak to someone, for example, our significant other. If you are a man, a girl, or if you are a girl to a man, we literally made a mess of ourselves. So whatever we do for the first time, we make mistakes. English speaking is something like that. Don't worry to make mistakes. Then the second thing is that I request you to think in English. How can you think in English? Will be discussed in coming videos. But presently, instead of trying to think in Malayalam, trying to think in English. Then talk to yourself. TALK. I think the L is missing in that spelling. I'm sorry. I typed it fast. Talk to yourself in English. We always talk to ourselves. So try to introduce some English words. Then imitate others. Imitate others in the sense that if you have a celebrity or if there's a person you really like, it's good to imitate him at the beginning. ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ പേഴ്സണൽ എക്സാമ്പിൾ പറഞ്ഞുതരാം. I started speaking English by imitating Ravi Shastri's English commentary. Because at that time I was a great fan of cricket when I was in the 10th standard. So I used to watch, and Ravi Shastri's accent, even I can imitate it. I'm not doing it. So what I will do is that after listening to this, when I come out, I will not be speaking English. I will repeat the commentary. Oh, that was a wonderful shot, over the top, hitting the boundary, amazing player. This is what I used to do. So what happened is that over the time, I got the confidence to speak in English without even me knowing it. So please do that. If you have a favorite person who is in English, try to imitate. Okay. Then learn in chunks, dear. നമ്മുടെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ കുഴപ്പം നമ്മൾ വൊക്കാബുലറി വി ലേൺ ഇറ്റ് ഇൻ എ സിംഗിൾ വേർഡ്. ഒരു സിംഗിൾ വേർഡായിട്ട് പഠിച്ചാൽ യു വിൽ നെവർ എവർ ഏബിൾ ടു യൂസ് ഇറ്റ്. But you have to learn it in phrases, chunks, which I will teach you later video. And storytelling is a good practice. കാരണം ഇംഗ്ലീഷിൽ നമുക്ക് IELTSന്റെ സെക്കൻഡ് ടെസ്റ്റ് അറിയാലോ, where you have to narrate for 2 minutes. So start telling stories. Telling stories means the things that happened in your life in English to the persons whom you love most. So if you can do this, you will be good. ഇനി നമുക്ക് 2 എക്സാമ്പിൾസ് ഉണ്ട്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ഇറ്റ് ഡയറക്ട്ലി IELTSന് ചോദിക്കുന്നത്. One is these days a lot of questions are asked from technology. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ ആൻസർ ഞാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പ്രൊവൈഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ്. ഡിസ്കസ് ട്രെൻഡ്സ് ഇൻ ടെക്നോളജി, ഷെയർ പേഴ്സണൽ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് റിലേറ്റഡ് ടു ടെക്നോളജി, express opinions on positive and negative impacts of technology, provide suggestions for future developments. This will discuss. Then personal adventure, part 1 share a personal adventure of travel experience, or discuss the importance of seeking adventure in life, express opinions on benefits and adventurous activities. So what I have done is I have added that as a Google doc in the description. You can go and read it. I have highlighted some phrases which are very important that you have to practice. I don't want to kill your time. So if you're interested, all the sample answers are given. Don't ever try to by heart it. Try to know the most important part of it and try to inculcate in your daily language. So with that, today's challenge is over. So what you have to do, go to the Google Doc, read through the questions, try to understand it and practice thinking in English, talking to yourself in English, and more importantly, imitating your favorite person, and above all, trusting yourself and following your dream regardless of any obstacles. I'm so happy that you watched till the end. I will see you in tomorrow's challenge. Before that, I want to thank you again. And if you are interested in personal coaching, you can always contact me. I'll be there to help you. It need not have to be complete course, even for a single concept like teaching, speaking. Thank you.